Welcome to today's English session. I am DS Chakravarti, Assistant Professor of English, Government Degree College for Women, Karimnagar. Today we are going to deal with the topic correction of sentences. So correction of sentences is also known as sentence correction, correction of errors, all these all these names. Usually it's a very popular topic in almost all the competitive examinations, national and international, including tests like GMAT. We need to be more focused and we need to learn all the concepts and formulas of all the correction of sentences so that we can achieve more and more marks in this section. Comparatively, this is the easiest section that where we can achieve good score. So let's get into action. Yeah, these are the typical areas where the questions come from. Usually the questions for correction of errors will appear from these topics that are subject verb agreement, uses of participles and infinitives, uses of verbs, adjectives, articles, prepositions, all these things. So in the question, typically there is a mistake, there is an error that usually it is underlined. We have to rectify that mistake and we have to rewrite the sentence. If it is a MCQ type question, the answers are already given. You have to choose the right one. So here are the topics that we are going to focus. So let's begin with the first one, that is subject verb agreement. So subject verb agreement, let's directly get into the first example and let's discuss and analyze the error and how it could be rectified. So our topic is subject verb agreement. The first one, Hari and Ram is here. So this is the incorrect format of the sentence. It is already shown in the slide. It is already mentioned in the red color that indicates that there is an error in the sentence. So what could be the correct answer? How we can rectify the error and we can rewrite? The answer is Hari and Ram are here. So instead of is, we are replacing the verb is with are. So we have to replace is with are. So what could be the reason behind it? Unless we know the reason behind it, we may not be able to achieve a good score in the examinations. Just by hearting, just having a rote memory won't fetch us good marks. So here the reason is, the error part is the word is. So here the is the main verb of the sentence. So the answer, the logic is two or more singular subjects connected by and usually take a verb in the plural. So here two or more singular subjects. If we go into the sentence, there are two singular subjects. The first one is Hari and the second one is Ram. So two singular subjects are connected by and, we can see and here, usually take a verb in the plural. That means the verb should be plural. So when we look at the question, that means the sentence that is given to us, is a singular verb, whereas we have to replace the is with are, are, because that's a plural verb. So this is the logic behind this question, and we shall look into the next one. The secretary and principal are coming. So this is the question that is given to us and there is an error in it, and the correct answer is the secretary and principal is coming. So what is the logic behind it? What is the grammar rule behind it? We need to look into that. So the logic is, if two singular nouns refer to the same person or thing. So this is the tricky part here. Here we can find two singular nouns. So first one is the secretary and the second one is principal. Both are singular in nature and refer to, here the tricky part is both these words, both these nouns refer to the same person. So don't imagine that there are two people mentioned in the sentence. Instead, there is only one person who is holding the two designations, who is holding two positions. That's why the two singular nouns are indicating the same person. The verb must be singular. So here in the question, the verb is are, which is plural. We have to replace the plural verb with is, which is singular. So when the secretary and principal, both these nouns indicate a single person, we have to remember that the verb should be singular. If both these singular nouns indicate different persons, then we can use the plural verb. So this is the secret behind the sentence. Next one. Every boy and girl were ready. That's an incorrect sentence because it is already given, it is already mentioned in red color, and it is already given the tag that it is incorrect. Now, the correct version is every boy and girl was ready. So what's the reason behind the correction? So here is the logic. If the singular subjects are preceded by each or every, the verb is usually singular. If the singular subject, so here subjects are girl, boy, girl, they are preceded by each or every. Here in the question, they are preceded by every. So the logic should be applied here. Now the final part. The verb is usually singular. So here the verb is were, which is a plural one. It should be replaced by was, which is a singular one. So if we remember this simple grammar rule, we may be able to answer this question very easily. The next one, neither he nor I were there. That is an incorrect part. So the correct version is neither he nor I was there. Look at the logic. Two or more singular subjects connected by are, nor, either, neither takes a verb in the singular. So here the logic can be applied because two or more singular subjects. Here we can see there are two subjects in the sentence. First one is he and second one is I. Both are singular subjects and they are connected by neither nor, both are connected by nor. So the in the correct version it takes the singular verb. So here we can find the plural verb, that is were. It should be replaced by was, which is a singular verb. So that's the logic behind it. The next one, the fifth one, neither the teachers nor the headmaster was present. So this is the incorrect version, and the correct version is neither the headmaster nor the teachers were present. So the logic behind it is when the subjects joined by are, nor are of different numbers, the verb must be plural and the plural subject must be placed next to the verb. So here we need to focus on two things. First one, when there are two subjects and those two subjects belong to two different numbers means singular and plural. Here in the sentence we can see two subjects, one is teachers and the second is headmaster. And if we focus carefully we can understand that teachers is a plural number and the headmaster is a singular number. So in the sentence there are two subjects that they belong to different numbers, then the verb must be plural. So we have to use a plural verb. So what could be the plural verb? In the sentence, the verb which was given is was, that is a singular verb. It should be replaced by plural verb, that is were. And the second most important thing is plural subject must be placed next to the verb. That's why we changed the order of the subjects in the sentence. So here the plural subject must be placed next to the verb. ప్లూరల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ అయినటువంటి టీచర్స్ తర్వాత వెంటనే ప్లూరల్ వర్బ్ అనేది రావాలి. అంటే టీచర్స్ తర్వాత వర్ అనేది రావాలి. దట్స్ వై వి చేంజ్డ్ ద ఆర్డర్ ఆఫ్ ద సెంటెన్స్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ the real explanation behind this. Now we move on to the next slide. Either he or I is mistaken is the incorrect version, and the corrected version is either he or I am mistaken. So what the logic behind it? What could be the reason for this correction? When the subjects joined by are, nor are of different persons, the verb agrees in person with the one nearest to it. See, we can see the phrase different persons. So if we can analyze the sentence, that we can understand that there are two subjects in the sentence. The first one is he and the second one is I, and both are different persons. That means he is a third person, I is the first person. So those two subjects belong to two different persons. Now if they are joined by are, actually they are joined by are, the verb agrees in person with the one nearest to it. So the verb is in the incorrect version. It should agree with the subject which is nearest to it. That means the is should be in agreement with the nearest subject, that is I. That means I is, there is no agreement. That's why we have to change the verb to am. Here we can find the agreement, I am. So that's why the answer would be either he or I am mistaken. Or we can rephrase the sentence like either I or he is mistaken. Let's move on to the next slide. The chief with all his men were massacred. So it's probably it is related to a war or a battle. Corrected version: the chief with all his men was massacred. So what is the difference between the wrong version and the correct version? Simply the main verb were, were, has been replaced with was, was. So what could be the reason behind it? Let's see the grammar rule. Words joined to a singular subject by with, together with, in addition to, or, as well as, are parenthetical and therefore do not affect the number of the verb. So whatever words that are joined to a singular subject, here the singular subject is the chief, and the phrase all his men was attached to the singular verb with, so therefore do not affect the number of the verb. So we should ignore with all his men, and we need to treat that only there is only single subject, that is the chief. So it is in singular number, that's why we have to ignore all other things and we need to focus on the singular subject. That's why it takes a singular verb, that is was. Let's move on to the next slide. Now till now we have completed the subject verb agreement sentence corrections, the sentence correction area where the focus was on subject verb agreement. Now let's move on further and focus on participles and infinitives. So here in this area we are going to begin our first question, that is, I know to write a letter. This is incorrect. And what is the correct one? I know how to write a letter. So the logic is know is followed by how, where, when, why, and infinitive. So because of this logic we have to write that I know how. Next one, I heard him to speak on several subjects, and the correct version is I heard him speak on several subjects. So what's the difference between the incorrect version and the correct version? In the incorrect version there is two and it was removed in the correct version. So why? The logic is after let, bid, behold, watch, see, feel, make, etc. we use bare infinitive and not to infinitive. So here let, bid, behold, watch, see, feel, make, and hear. Because of this grammar rule we need to use bare infinitive. Infinitive means the v1 part of a verb, not to infinitive. That means to go, to speak, to call, to arrive. These are called to infinitives. Bare infinitives are the v1 parts of each and every verb. That's why we replaced the two, we removed the two and rewrote the sentence as I heard him speak on several subjects. The next one, you need not to work hard. This is the incorrect version. Next question, you need not to work hard. And the correct version is you need not work hard. The preposition to has been replaced and it has been removed, and the logic behind it is bare infinitive is used after modal auxiliaries. So what are bare infinitives? Bare infinitive is a v1 part of every verb. That means go, kill, work, speak, all these come under bare infinitives. And what are modal auxiliaries? Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, dare not, need not. These modal auxiliaries are followed by bare infinitive. Instead of to work, we have to replace it with just work, because to work is a to infinitive. It has been replaced with bare infinitive. 12th question, he had better to go now. And the right one is he had better go now. So the to was removed, and what could be the logic behind it? Had better, had rather, had as soon, had sooner, etc. are followed by bare infinitives. Just now we learned that bare infinitives are the V1 version of any verb. So to go has been replaced by go. Go is the bare infinitive. To go is the to infinitive. That's the logic behind it. 13th one. He had better read than to write. The correct version is he had better read than write. So the logic is conjunction than is also followed by bare infinitive. The conjunction we can see here is than. It is followed by bare infinitive, that is right, not to infinitive, that is to right. 14th one, The incorrect version is he did nothing but to wander, and the corrected version is he did nothing but wander. So what happened here? Just the to infinitive has been replaced by bare infinitive. That is, the to has been removed, and the logic is when but is used as a preposition and preceded by any form of the verb do, then but is followed with bare infinitive. So here there are two conditions. The first one is the but is used as a preposition. In the sentence we can see the but is used as a preposition, and the verb is do. Okay, here we don't find the exact word do, but we can see the past tense of do, that is did. Hence it takes the bare infinitive instead of to infinitive. So that's the reason we can understand. The 15th one, being a rainy day, Vijay decided to stay at home. And the correct one is it being a rainy day, Vijay decided to stay at home. So what's the difference between the incorrect version and the right version? The thing is, there is an addition of the subject it in the corrected version. So the reason is every participle must have a subject of reference. So there is no subject in the first one. So the participle has been supported by a subject in the corrected version. So this is the reason. Now we will look into the third area, that is verb. The first one we have already seen is subject verb agreements. The second area we have seen is participles and infinitives. The third area we are going to look into is verbs. Let's begin with the first example. 3 killed and 1 were injured. So the corrected version is 3 were killed and 1 was injured. So the logic is when there are two subjects in a sentence, look at the question. How many subjects are there? There are two subjects, 3 and 1. That means 3 persons is a subject, 1 person is another subject. So there are two subjects in the sentence and they are not in the same number. It's why obviously 3 persons is a plural number and 1 is a singular number. We can easily understand that obviously there is no, they are not in the same number. Then we must have to use separate auxiliaries for both of them. So we need to use different auxiliaries for different subjects. That's why 3 were killed, were is the auxiliary, and 1 was injured, was is the auxiliary. So that's why we have to use two different auxiliaries for two different subjects. 17th one, I am 17 years old and my sister 14. And the correct version is I am 17 years old and my sister is 14. So the difference between the incorrect version and the correct version is there is an addition of the verb is in the second one. So what is the reason behind it? A single verb should be made to serve two subjects only when the form of verb is same for both the subjects. So here there are two subjects, one is I and the second is my sister. So the single verb is can be applied to two subjects when the form of verb is same for both the subjects, but here the form of verb is different for these two subjects because I takes the verb am, sister takes the verb is. So both verbs are different from each other. So we cannot use one single verb to make them serve for the two subjects. That's why we have to use two different verbs for two different subjects. 18th question, 10 candidates have passed, one failed. And the correct version is 10 candidates have passed, one has failed. Here we have added has, and the logic is when there is only one auxiliary to two principal verbs, it should be correctly associated with the both. So there are two subjects and two principal verbs. That's why we have to apply them correctly. In the first sentence, that is the incorrect version, there is only one verb has been applied. That means have passed, and there is no auxiliary in one failed. One failed is either direct subject and the verb. There is no auxiliary. So we have to include the auxiliary in one failed. 19th one. He succeeded because he works hard. It appears to be wrong. By looking at the sentence, we can sense that there is a mistake in the sentence, and the corrected version is he succeeded because he worked hard. So the logic is a past tense in the main clause should be followed by a past tense in the subordinate clause. So here in the incorrect version we can find two clauses. First one is a main clause and the second one is a subordinate clause. So where is the main clause here? He succeeded is the main clause, and the second one, because he works hard, is a subordinate clause. So when we identify the main clause and the subordinate clause, then we can move further. So what the grammar rule says, a past tense in the main clause. So where is the main clause? He succeeded is the main clause, and we can see a past tense, succeed, succeeded. So this is a past tense. A past tense in the main clause should be followed by a past tense in the subordinate clause. So here we need to have a past tense in the subordinate clause as well. That means because he works hard should be replaced by a past tense, that is because he worked hard. Works, the past tense is worked. Work, worked, worked. V1, V2, V3. That's why the correct version will become he succeeded because he worked hard. Now the 20th one. Our teacher said that the earth moved around the sun. Here we can see two clauses. The first one is our teacher said, and the second, that is the main clause, and the subordinate clause is that the earth moved around the sun. But just we learned that when the verb in the main clause is in the past tense, the verb should be in the past tense in the subordinate clause as well. But this incorrect version also follows that rule. Then where could be the mistake? Let's look at the corrected version. Our teacher said that the earth moves around the sun. So why there is a discrepancy? The reason is, look at the grammar rule. A past tense in main clause may be followed by a present tense in the subordinate clause when the subordinate clause expresses a universal truth. Now, the earth moves around the sun is a universal truth. So we are not going to make it into a past tense because it means that earth moved around the sun. That means once upon a time earth moved around the sun, and nowadays it is not doing it anymore. That's why whenever there is a universal truth in the subordinate clause, we need to remember this grammar rule carefully.